In this video, I'm going to talk about multiplying and dividing integers. And when it comes to multiplying and or dividing integers, there's two really simple rules to keep in mind. Okay, the first rule to keep in mind when you're working with integers and you're multiplying, and remember, integers are any positive or negative whole number, and that also includes 0. The first rule is that when I have two factors whose signs are the same, whether they're both positive or they're both negative, my product is positive. So when the signs are the same, the product is positive. When the signs are different, the product is going to be negative. That's the second rule. So if I have a positive 3 times a positive 2, we know from years of practice that 3 times 2 equals 6. Positive times a positive gives me a positive. A negative 3 times a negative 2 also equals 6. Okay? It's when the signs are different. So if I have 3 groups with a negative 2 in each group, that negative 2 plus negative 2 plus negative 2, or 3 groups of negative 2, gives me a negative 6. So, signs are the same, the answer is positive. The signs are different, the answer is negative. Now, where this can get a little confusing is if you have more than 2 factors that you're multiplying. Let's say that I have a negative 6 times a positive 4 times a negative 2. All right? Well, there's a couple different things we're going to do. One thing is we're going to use our order of operations, okay? And it's multiply from left to right. But we can also use our associative property of multiplication, which says if it's all multiplication, it doesn't matter what order we multiply in. So if I'm solving this, I'm going to get all my negative numbers together, and I'm going to do that part of the problem first. So I'm going to rearrange it so it's negative 6 times a negative 2 times 4. So I'll do my negatives. A negative 6 times a negative 2, well, that we know is going to be a positive 12. And now my problem is 12 times 4, and they're both positive, and that gives me a positive 48. We run into the same thing if, let me change colors here, we run into the same type of situation if I have a negative 7 times a positive 8 times a positive 3. Okay, so in this case, I'll multiply both positives. 8 times 3 is 24. That's still times a negative 7. I haven't done anything with that yet. But now the signs are different. When the signs are different, my answer has to be negative. So even though I have 2 positives here, that one negative changes it. And this will end up being a negative, what's that, 8, 14, 168, I believe. Okay? So, again, multiplying and dividing integers, 2 simple rules to keep in mind. When the signs are the same, the product is positive. When the signs are different, the product is negative. Should finish writing that out. There you go.